this, you crazy mother.
The Desk Dash from BeelineSim, a fully functional USB-powered gauge cluster for your sim rig that comes with a 10,000 RPM tachometer, oil temperature, water temperature, oil pressure, and fuel level gauges. At BeelineSim, we integrate professional-grade gauges from Marshall Instruments, control hardware and software from simprojects.com, and our own cross-connects and chassis fabrication to bring you a plug-and-play solution that is pre-tested, pre-assembled, and pre-configured. The Desk Dash has a programmable shift indicator, warning indicators, and your choice of orange or white backlighting with the flick of a switch. The Desk Dash, only from BeelineSim. If you're looking for realism, it doesn't get any better than this. This is the finish line. This is Beeline. Visit us on the web at BeelineSim.com. This is the finish line. You don't get here by quitting the race a few laps early, or by driving at half throttle. You get here by giving it 100%. So if you're a sim racer, why would you settle for a steering wheel that's only 80% of what you need? Instead, upgrade your stock G27 with a full-size wheel from BeelineSim products. BeelineSim provides customized controls and systems integration for the sim racer that's looking for an extra edge over the competition. Our wheel upgrade kits are pre-wired to plug right into your G27 with no loss of button or shift indicator functionality. Everything comes complete, including a full-size 13.5-inch Grant Formula GT wheel, HDPE adapter hub, button plate made from 1/4-inch ABS plastic, along with all of the connectors and mounting hardware you need for just $150 plus shipping. So why settle for 80% of a wheel when you can have 100% with an upgrade kit from BeelineSim? This is the finish line. This is Beeline. Visit us at BeelineSim.com.
Well, welcome back everyone to this iRacing event here on the Yeah Broadcasting Network. Tonight, it is the Cure, Drive for the Cure 100 Chase Race number 3 here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. And going into the chase here tonight, this is the last round of 12. We have Roppolo, Boger, SALMASO, Caleb Sheets, HAYNES, George, VANDERVORSTE, Worley, LAHMAN, SOUCY, and MORRISON. However, SOUCY is not here tonight, so although he does have coverage, our coverage does not count as far as the chase goes. So it's unfortunate that he will be at least the first one eliminated. We'll find out who the other 3 are here tonight. Let's go ahead and head down on the track right now. It is 80 degrees all around, 77% humidity, and these guys will get about 25 laps of fuel. So we're looking at 3 green flag pit stops if they go green flag all the way. So let's go ahead and see who is qualifying right now here tonight. First out is number 66, Ralph Vandervorst. And Todd Gillie will be here tonight. However, he's dealing with some home issues right now, so he will be on here in a little bit. So right now, it's only going to be me, which is quite alright. You guys are more than welcome to chat. Chat is always up. I'm excited to see this final round of 12, see who makes it in to the round of 8. And then from there, you know, it all comes down to that. Round of 8, then the round of 8, then 4, and then the champion. So it's going to be interesting who will come out on top here tonight, actually in this league, as far as the BeelineSim series goes. Make sure to check out BeelineSim.com for a bunch of he hit the wall, for a bunch of different add-ons that you can get for your sim racing module, including a desk dash, a real-life steering wheel, and other peripherals. Again, BeelineSim.com. Also, I'd like to thank Jaws Graphics, which is run by Luis Salmazo, for making this possible for us to have the chase on the App Broadcasting Network for the rest of the season. As of right now, your current leader on time is Trevor Roppolo with a 27.426, 27.377. So who we have running tonight is Trevor Roppolo, Caleb Sheets, Rob Haynes, Ralph Vandervorst, Ken Worley, Jeremy Morrison, Ed Adams, Pat Rouchet, Douglas Hess, James Lehman rounding out your top 10, followed by Jonathan Boger, Luis Salmazo, Matthew George, Thomas Lattimore, Jim Westerfield, Brad Bohr, Nick Olson, Daniel Reese, Bruce Ackerman, and Joey Stats, followed by David Bortney, Stephen Massey, and Josh Sheets. So not as big as a field as we had last night at the Truck Series at Talladega, but a good enough field, a good enough competitive field. As I said, it's 100 laps. They said the tire fall off if you're running too hard is just crazy. Louise was saying that he ran incredibly hard for about 6 laps or 7 laps, and that's all his car could handle. It would not turn anymore. So these guys got to watch that tire wear. It should even out to their pit stops for fuel as long as they go green, and let's hope they do so. Also, don't forget to check out our Wednesday night racing, our Cup Series, over on the Ford Entertainment Group that is run by Jeffrey Ford. The link is in the description below, and we will be at Talladega tomorrow night for 85 laps. Would also like to mention for you guys that were not here last night that ECR does celebrate the month of October for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Although some of these guys did not change their paint schemes this year. Last year, a lot of us did. You know, a lot of things happen in the league. Some people just don't have time to make paint schemes, which is quite alright. But the ones that did, thank you very much. I run one myself, made by Jaws Graphics, SALMASO, in dedication to my mother, who is in 16 years of remission. So it's definitely hits home for me pretty hard. So as of right now, it looks like Trevor Roppolo, followed by Nick Olson, Louis SALMASO, Jonathan Boger, Joey Stats, Caleb Sheets, Matthew George, Jim Westerfield, Rob Haynes, and Ralph Vandervorst for your top 10. And Trevor Roppolo and Boger, Jonathan Boger, are both locked in already, so they honestly don't even need to finish, but it's going to be interesting to see what the turnout here is going to be tonight. And I want to thank all you guys out there for watching. Without you guys, this really couldn't be possible either. Definitely, there's a lot of support out there for sim racing and for broadcast anyways, as far as the live streams go. And big shout out to you guys watching at home. And it looks like everyone has pretty much gridded up, and we should be ready to go here any second. So you hear these guys are revving up their engines. Just taking a look at some of these cars we're running out here tonight. I hope you guys are excited for this tonight. I know I am. Definitely has been an interesting season for what I've seen of it before I started broadcasting their series. So these guys are really running tough out there. Hopefully we can go green flag, not have too many cautions. If not, well, then pit strategies will definitely be a thing. You know, are people going to get 2? Are people going to get 4? Fuel every time. I don't think anybody would not get fuel just because we only run a half fuel tank anyways. And SOUCY says, good luck to the other chase drivers. Unfortunately, real life decided I could not run for the championship. Thanks to Lattimore for filling in for me. Yeah, SOUCY, Lattimore is running that 81 on that good wrench. The 81 does not look right on the good wrench, but he's out there tonight for you, unfortunately.
Green.
Fortunately, his points won't matter for the chase standings, and these guys are green flag racing. Trevor Roppolo is off like a rocket. This guy has been one of the fastest guys in this series this year. if I was these guys, and it looks like they're, you know, we're only one lap in, but I would keep it single file for a little bit. It's a long race. It's 100 laps. Don't push it too hard. Patience is key. Granted, these guys, a lot of these guys are running for the chase. We have a lot more chase contenders in here than we do in the Cup Series, but you know, these guys have to make sure that they hold their own, but still manage to keep their car clean. And Thomas Lattimore back in 12th right now, covering for SOUCY, the 81. And Luis SALMASO in first place. He made a hell of a pass. I almost want to go back and see what happened, but I think that will give him an extra point right there. So both Luis and Roppolo have an extra point. Roppolo's locked in already for the next round, but this is definitely going to help Luis progress further. So who will be the three that are disqualified here tonight? And you guys have watched the action for the last couple of weeks with this Beeline series. Who do you think is going to be your front runners here tonight? You guys had the chat open, so definitely going to be as interactive as I could possibly be. Oh, looks like Alton's having a little bit of latency issues, jumping around the track a little bit. And as you can see, pretty much all the way back through the field, these guys single file. A lot of give and take in this series. The same with the Cup Series. The Truck Series, I've noticed, it depends on the track. Last night was not a give and take situation. Those guys were going 3 wide way too early, caused an incident, wiped out some good guys, and it's just unfortunate for what happened. Libby did not make it in because of attendance, and Christian did. Oh, we got a wreck on the backstretch.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
Oh, man. Let's go ahead and see what happened. So, coming out of corner number 2, you've got Lattimore in this middle lane, Vandervorst on the outside, Morrison and 92 on the inside. So, and that's Bruce Ackerman. So, let's go ahead and break it down a little bit. Maybe not that slow. Looks like Morrison came up into Lattimore, blinked out a little bit. Massey came back up and knocked into Lattimore yet again. Let's find out from Massey's point of view. Yeah, he takes it low, and he thinks he has enough room, but oh no, he gets knocked by Douglas Hess, it looks like. Man, so that was quite the cluster there, because Hess is trying to avoid it. A lot of avoidance going on here. They're both trying to avoid it. They both spin out. That sounds like a blown engine right there from Hess. That's unfortunate. It looks like some of these guys are going back out, but that still puts Luis as your leader currently, so let's go ahead and bring Luis down into the booth. Redneck Brazilian, Luis SALMASO, do you have a copy?
Got a copy, bud.
What a hell of a move you made in the beginning there. Roppolo had a hell of a lead. Tell us what went on. I missed it. I was looking back through the field trying to give these guys some TV time.
I'm pretty sure he already went right out of the gate on tire conservation mode, so he didn't use everything that he could on 3 and 4. He was just trying to go through the motions, and I think tried to save his stuff. I got a massive run coming out of 3 and 4, and all of a sudden I was on his inside and he just let me go.
Yeah, because when I switched back to you, it's just like, wow, you made a hell of a shot from third to first. How's the track feeling? I mean, we've only ran 8 laps, but most of these guys are running single file out there.
Yeah, Charlotte's not a wide track, so you need to be aware when you go side by side, so it's not as easy to go around as you think. With the track conditions being pretty easy to drive, you have a lot of grip the first 5 laps, but then your right front is going to go away. The grip is going to be key. So if you can save your tires, if you can manage your stuff, we have around 25 to 30 laps of fuel runs. So it'll be interesting to see who lays back in the beginning, who waits for the long run, see if we will have long runs. I just want to be in front of the first casualties that we were going to have. That's why I just went like crazy to the front, just trying to stay away from possible mayhem. So we'll see. It will be fun.
Well, all right, I'll put you back up. The pace lights are out. Good luck to you.
Thanks, Buck.
And I think I just heard Todd Gillie enter the broadcast booth. Are you here, sir?
I am. You copy, Scotty?
Oh, I copy. Welcome to the booth, Todd. Glad to have you in here
Thanks.
tonight.
Sorry I'm late, man.
No, it's all good.
My air conditioner flooded my apartment.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, my carpet's all soaked. I'm glad my computer's not on the floor, man.
Right, get that stuff up on pallet.
It's all good, man. Here we are. 10 laps in. I see Luis SALMASO at the head of the field.
Yeah,
I heard him talking about that right front tire, Scotty. Does it look like they'll burn that off in a fuel run? Can they torch it?
They're going to torch it. I mean, if these guys are running hard, they'll torch it. But for the first 7 laps, they were running single file for the most part. So hopefully they can keep their acts together and not burn their tires up.
I'm just taking a look at the current standings right now, and I see it's good to see some of them names up there, man. Joey Stats, I haven't seen him on a track in a while. Here we go, green flag.
Green flag, green flag.
Yeah, when I was talking to Louise there, you had just come in, and I was talking about Roppolo, because Roppolo started this race, which is a norm because he's just one of the fast drivers out there, and he went right back in a heartbeat. I mean, he led a couple laps, but ever since then it's been Louise. Or he led 1 lap, and then Louise stepped right up.
Luis SALMASO's a great guy especially for saving his car. He knows what these cars do, man. He's a thinking racer.
Yeah, no, it's interesting. I know you haven't been in here much at all for a Beeline broadcast, so it's nice to have you in here. These cars do run a lot different than the trucks. They're much faster. There's a little more play. I mean, they run kind of like a cup car, but oh! Joey Stats into the wall there. He got a little into the side of Nick Olson a little bit. And now these guys all single file. Let's go ahead and go to the broadcast blimp just to show you guys an aerial view of what's going on down on the track. And everybody pitted. There's only one that took 2, and that was Daniel Reese, the number 33, who was running up top last night.
Yes, until he got in a wreck, he was having a good run last night.
Yeah, no, he hit the apron and that was it. Going back through the field here, seeing who's sitting in the back, and right now it looks like Thomas Lattimore is in 18th, Stephen Massey in 19th, and Ed Adams is sitting in the pits. I'm not sure what's going on with Ed, but hopefully he'll be able to get back out on the track.
This car has significant front end damage.
Oh, he must have got into it in that last one.
Yeah, I'm looking at the front of his Chevrolet Camaro right now, and it is somewhat mangled.
Let's go ahead and take a look at that real quick. Oh yeah, that's almost looks like his truck last night.
Yes.
Well, I mean, the paint scheme is the same of his truck, but as far as the mangled mess, it's pretty close.
Yeah.
So, Todd, I don't know if you've been catching these at all. I know you've been wicked busy, but if you have been, who do you think's going to be your top 10 here tonight?
Well, Rob HAYNES is going to be a player tonight, I believe. He's a great driver. Jonathan Boger, for sure. Luis, of course. Bruce Ackerman, who's really fast in Cup cars, could definitely be a fourth. There's a bunch of them in there. Bordney. Some of these guys are they're 3-4 seconds off the lead right now, man. They will gradually work their way to the front. Tire management, as Luis said, being key. Those guys are great at that, and they're very experienced. So you're going to see those guys up there near the front. Ralph VanderVorstE also who qualified. He didn't qualify well, but he was third quick in practice. And I look for him to maybe be a player here too.
And most of those guys you named off are chase contenders, so.
Yeah, this is a nice little field here as I will look down through the list of names, and these are all talented people here. Good guys. I expect long green flag runs tonight. I didn't see the first caution. Not sure what happened, but these guys can all run green if people keep their heads.
Morrison had come up in the ladder more a little bit, didn't give him any room, and that's what caused it.
Well, there you go.
It was a 4-car pile-up, so. Now, last week, we went green here in the Cup Series, but we didn't have as much as a field either, so that, it does make a difference.
Oh, certainly. Just pure statistical chance, you know what I mean? There's 40 cars out there. Yeah, there's a lot more chances for metal to metal, shall we say. I'm looking at Luis SALMASO though right now, and he is driving away from these guys somewhat. Jonathan Boger in the 17 car just behind him there in second place, almost a full second down now to the 4 car, and Luis driving a good race. And if you look from his rear chase view, you'll see why, because you can clearly see his hands and how smooth he is working that car.
Yeah, he's barely turning the wheel.
He goes through the quad oval with almost no steering input, man. He exits turn 4 perfectly, right down to the white in 1 and 2. Guy's a textbook race car driver.
Now, he's been in this league for a very long time, and last year he drove the Cup Series. It was open setups last year, which we might be going back to, but he still does very well in these fixed setups. We're gonna pass for third right now between Nick Olson and Caleb Sheets. Caleb in the chase, so he can use any points right now.
And Nick Olson with nothing to lose, correct?
Nick Olson, yeah, he's not in this chase, so.
Yeah, they're coming. You look back from Caleb Sheets' car there, and you can see the green numbers back there slowly creeping up, coming up. Roppolo's right there. There's another one coming behind him.
Rob HAYNES. And that 68 YouTube car. These guys are just waiting. I mean, we're on lap 25 now, so if we go green, they should pit maybe on lap 28 or 29, if not 30. Oh, we got Caleb Sheets in the wall. Tell you, corner number 4 here is about as tricky as corner number 4 at Dover. Just a little bit of a hump and can shoot you right in, especially after 20 laps on tires.
The difference between a perfect exit from 4 and smacking your car off the wall is razor thin.
Especially in these cars, because these cars are substantially loose. I mean, I drove them last year in this series, in this league, and you know, I drive them in the rank series on iRacing, and they are a handful. They really are. I mean, they're great to drive, but you gotta really learn how to handle them.
Well, they got enough horsepower, unlike the trucks, that if there's the setup's least bit loose or feels loose to you, they got enough horsepower to just turn the damn thing around backwards. You know what I mean? You can do it anytime you want.
You know, it's funny you say that because, you know, driving the Cup car this year, it's completely opposite. It feels like the setups in the Cup car have been made much easier, which is unfortunate because they are the premier car to drive on iRacing.
Yeah, you know, I drove my champ series in the ECR was Beeline here, and I ran quite a few the races earlier in the year when I still had time to drive. And I love the B car, man. And that was typical every week. Guys would say, you know, wow, the B car is super loose and the A car is as tight as a drum. You know what I mean? It was bizarre, but I love the B car, man. I do. I dig it.
And right now, out of our top 5, all our chase contenders: Luis SALMASO, Jonathan Boger, Trevor Roppolo, Caleb Sheets, and Rob HAYNES, all looking for this extra win here tonight. And right now, Luis is the man to beat with almost 2 seconds ahead of Boger right now.
Yeah, he's picking them up and putting them down here. He's going to lap some cars if this goes green.
I hope so. I mean, that's what we all aim for here in the Beeline series or in the league altogether. I know trucks have our most cautions, but, you know, it's the beginner series, quote unquote. And, you know, there's a lot of drivers in that series. So many drivers. And it looks like Boger's trying to make a pass on Roppolo again. Because Roppolo got around him there that last lap, but he's still got him in his sights here as we should be getting down to green flag pit stop.
Trevor in that 90 car has been bad fast all year, man.
Yeah, he's won quite a few races, and he loves it. He absolutely loves this series. I think next year, if he decides to stay with the league, he should compete for the Cup Series just to see how he does, especially if we go to open setups.
Yeah, he's definitely a Cup caliber driver. I mean, no doubt.
No doubt at all. And it's nice to see Luis up here. Luis ran for the Cup Series as well last year. He decided to drop down to B car because we were running on Tuesdays now. Last year, a Cup Series was on Tuesday. But with that said, let's go ahead and turn it up with Luis SALMASO. Alright, and that was a lap around the track with Luis. Don't mind the field of view. I run this in triples and I have to switch it to single screen when we broadcast. So it almost looks like an Indy car, the way the cockpit's showing up for these guys. And it looks like Daniel Reese is lapped, maybe?
Yeah, I saw him down on the apron.
Oh! The 04 get loose there on the pit entry. He's now riding out of the grass. So these guys are making the green flag pit stops. Now the leaders have not. So let's go ahead and see what these guys do in the pits. And it looks like VANDERVORSTE is taking all 4 tires. with a 15-second pit stop.
Here comes David Bordney on new tires, and watch him go by Luis. You see the difference in new tires to old tires right now. There it is. Swoosh. See you, buddy.
Yeah, because Luis will have to go in here in probably a couple laps.
Yeah, I'm looking closer here at the list now. There's some big name ECR guys in here, man, in this race. Stephen Massey's in this race. Again, like I mentioned, Rob Haynes, Ackerman, the fast guys are here tonight. It's going to be interesting. And here comes your 2 leaders into the pits now. Luis Salmaso entering pit road. He's going to pull that Camaro down and make it down to pit road speed. Trevor Roppolo right behind him. And here they come.
And let's see who has the faster pit stop here. And that's going to put Caleb Sheets in the lead, gaining his extra point here tonight, which he needs as well. Looks like Luis got into the pit just a few seconds before Trevor.
Luis Salmaso, both of those guys taking 4 tires here. Not surprised. Luis Salmaso, they're going to exit almost the exact same interval. Perfect pit stops by those 2 guys.
14.986 by Luis and a 15.188 by Trevor Roppolo.
3 100ths. Awesome.
Almost a perfect pit stop right there. But as you can see, these guys are getting lapped, but as soon as everyone else pits, they'll be able to make that back up.
Yeah, and that's where you got to hope, right, that you don't see that wicked yellow come out when after you pit before they do, right?
Exactly. And we've only had 1 lead change. Make that 2. Well, technically, I'm not sure why this hasn't caught up yet, but it should be 3 lead changes because right now Nick Olsen is your new leader. He's had a tough time coming back. He took off for a little while. He's been having not so many good races, but it's nice to see him leading this pack right now.
Nick Olsen in that Jeff Gordon throwback paint scheme there. I like it.
Oh, the black with the flames, Exalta, yeah.
Yeah, I like that black 24, man. That's a good looking race car.
Now Jonathan Boger, he's sitting out here in second still. So got Bruce Ackerman behind him. Got Luis SALMASO back and forth, so he caught right back up.
Has Olsen pitted? No.
No, not at all. So like we saw last night, a non-chase driver won last night's race, so it went off points. So if we see the same thing here tonight, it's going to be the same way. So we already know one that's not going to make it, Josh SOUCY, he was unable to make it. So it's going to be interesting to see who the other 3 are to get eliminated here tonight at Charlotte Motor Speedway.
Yeah, I had a feel for Josh SOUCY because he scheduling just kept him from being able to make it. And, you know, the guy's a great driver. He's a good guy. He's an admin in the league. I dig him, and I hate it for him that he can't make it tonight. And because he could, you know, he could drive, man. He could win if he had to win to get in. You know, I wouldn't bet my life on it, but I might bet you $20 he could do it.
Right, no, definitely. He's had a quite fun season out here and made it this far into the chase. He had the same issues last year. I do believe that he made it into the chase and could not make the races.
We've talked about it. You know, iRacing is a big deal to us, and we do it like we do it. But real life has a way of stepping in, and you know, when the boss says you got to be at a meeting at 7 o'clock, then you better be at that damn meeting. You know what I mean? Because iRacing don't pay the bills.
Wish it did.
Yeah, wouldn't that be nice?
A little bit of battle between the 15 Brad Boer and the 28 of Matthew George right now, and they're creeping right up on Rob Haynes. Lots of green in this field tonight. I love to see that.
That's a nice little battle, those three cars right now.
Yeah, but they're about to pass Haynes because Haynes has quite a bit of outside damage right now.
Yeah, they're by him.
Almost like he wasn't even moving. I mean, it doesn't look like that right side damage is that substantial, but apparently it is.
Well, if it's slowing Rob Haynes down that much, yeah.
Let's go ahead and take a look at that. Yeah, you can see it's all crinkled up right there. And I want to thank you guys at home for watching. We don't have that many people watching right now, but it's still appreciated for the ones that did show up here tonight.
Yeah, Rob Haynes got that hood all buckled up on the left side there. The top of the left front's exposed. That's just a killer. Freaking parachute on the car.
Pretty much, especially at a track like this where you're going 190, almost 200 miles an hour, almost all the way around.
Hell yeah, man. Aero counts a ton here. And not just from the drag that's slowing you down the straightaway. You need that downforce, man, to make that dive down into turn one and to do that tightrope walk off of turn four. If you don't have any downforce, man, it's not going to happen.
You are correct. And, you know, we're looking at some of these cars out here, and most of these guys are clean still. I mean, and we're nearing the halfway point. So, but one caution so far. We've had one green flag pit stop. Let's see how many more we can take. And Boger being in first right now, he'll get his extra point.
Yeah, Jonathan Boger took that 17 car past that 24. And let's see if he'll drive away now.
So just a comparison, last night we had 26 lead changers. We have 3 right now.
Right. I would cite the difference in venue as being a key factor there.
It really is, but it's still crazy to see that. And there was less laps last night.
True. A couple things factor into that, I think. One of them is, like I said, they're at Charlotte. They're not at Dega. And where they just swap all the time. And the other is the smaller field here, and so many chase cars. These guys don't want to throw it away. You know, they're not going to push it to get that lead to throw it away off of turn 4.
No, they shouldn't. And right now, as you can see, Louise has caught right back up to Boger. Boger has a little bit more wear on his tires than Louise does, so Louise
killing him through the center of the corner. Watch when we get down here in 3 and 4. Watch Louise just go right by him in the middle of the corner here. There he goes. Not so much. He's going to roll the center of 1 and 2 a lot better than Jonathan will. Jonathan being on the outside, him keeping him from exiting correctly, huh?
Yeah, but it looks like he might get him here coming out of corner number 2. Louise got the line down. I mean, he knows how this car handles, obviously, and he's going to take that to his advantage. However, you know, he's not going to drop it as low as you would think because he's also trying to conserve those tires so that he can have that pristine pit stop.
Oh, he just did a masterful job of getting a run off 4. And there he goes. He's going to make the pass into turn 1. What a tremendous pass. He did that. He passed Jonathan Boger down in turn 1, but he made it happen in turn 4 with his exit.
But, you know, Boger's still there. Boger's right on his bumper.
Yeah, he is. And I think Luis realized that, Jonathan, the first time he tried to pass him, the 17 car was right where Luis needed his car to be fast. So he knows he can't pass him there. So he has to lay back, set himself up, get a big run on him, put himself in a position where Jonathan can't do much about it except let him go.
A lot of give and take, which is awesome to see. That's that's what you want to see in this race, and especially in a league like this where it's super competitive. iRacing ratings all over the place, experience all over the place. I'm very happy to see that's pulling through for these guys here tonight.
For sure, man. I'm glad to see that a lot of the names that we talked about earlier as who's going to be fast, they are percolating, so to speak, to the top here. SALMASO in first, Boger in second, Ackerman third, Roppolo fourth, Vandervorst fifth, Brad Borer sixth, Matthew George in seventh, Ken Worley eighth, Westerfield ninth, and Stephen Massey making up your top 10. Any one of those cars could win this race.
And out of that entire top 10, only three of them are not chase contenders. Westerfield is my driver in the Beeline series, so I'm very happy to see him up here in the top 10 right now.
Well, congratulations, car owner Scotty Brown. I hope he does good for you. I'm looking at Bruce Ackerman's car, and he's got some damage on the right rear.
Yeah, he got into it earlier, at first caution, and from that point out, that's what he's had for damage.
Wow, his spoiler's all jacked up in the air on the right side, man. I'm surprised he can get any speed out of it.
Yeah, I'm surprised his arrow isn't all screwed up, because the way that it's looking right now, let's go ahead and look at the chase on that. He shouldn't be going as fast. I mean, he's still hitting 190 before corner number 1, so he's going just about as fast as the rest of these guys.
It's pretty impressive with the wrinkled up spoiler like that, to be able to turn those kind of laps. But we said earlier, the guy can drive lightning fast since he came to the league. I think he won I don't know. He won several races out of his first 5 or 10 that he really run it.
Oh, I just had an awful lag spike there. It is 10 o'clock. Wow. Everything froze. iRacing, OBS, everything. Usually it's just OBS that gives me an issue.
Yeah, I can almost hear you from down here in Pennsylvania. I can almost hear you going, "Don't do this to me."
Right? No, it's where I'm located now. It sucks. And I'm locked in for a year, so I can't just back out.
Oh yeah, that's the thing about the cable internet and stuff like that, man. You got to kind of take what you get, right?
Right. I thought about using my phone internet and connecting through my mobile hotspot, but I don't know how the upload would be on that.
Right.
I might test that through Twitch just to see if I can get the same speeds. If I can. And I know my phone internet won't die out on me, because I got perfect reception right here, 4G LTE. And Stephen Massey going in right now. Just a little behind the scenes work here at the App Broadcast Network. Talk about internet, talk about the programs we run to make this possible for you guys to be able to see these guys race here in the ECR League. It's a lot of work that goes behind this that you guys don't know about, which is quite alright. But, know that I'm happy to do it. Todd's happy to be up here with me and help commentate over this race. And it's great to see these guys out here putting on a hell of a show for everyone out there.
It is. I want to take another minute tonight, like I did last night, to thank everybody that watches. I know there are a lot of drivers watch it the following day. I really appreciate everybody that watches and all the comments, people being on the chats and stuff like that, man. It really makes you feel good about doing it. I love calling the races with you. Looking forward to, next season. I believe we're going to be doing all 3. And, I love doing it. I appreciate everybody that watches.
That is correct. Next season here on the App Broadcasting Network, we will be doing all 3 series. However, there will be some changes, and those will be discussed after the season ends. But yes, all 3 series will be available. and I hope you guys out there enjoy the racing. We'll probably have a lot of new people next year. Some people only stay for a year, some people stay for a couple of years. Other people only stay for a week because of incidents that happened.
Right.
But, you know, we have a rule book, we use it. It's a really big rule book, but as long as you know the majority of it, the minor stuff, you know, will come.
Right, and sometimes people see the rule book as restrictive or, you know, whatever, but it's been developed over years, and it gets worked on and tweaked every season. Nothing's perfect. It takes a lot of time. Everybody's life changes as well. You know what I mean? It's nice to know that the guys, the admins and stuff, are going to work on it in the off season, and they're always trying to make it better, and they're always trying to make it a better experience for everybody involved.
And I know you're one of the admins now for this year, so it's definitely something I'd like to thank you for. I was an admin. I had to drop down because I didn't have the time anymore.
It's actually been difficult for me. I sometimes you know, think that it'd be better if someone else, you know, had my admin spot, and I wouldn't want to take one up if someone else do it. Leader's coming down pit road right now. SALMASO hitting his pit stall. Roppolo right in front of him, 2 stalls ahead, and we'll see right sides going on both cars. Both guys taking 4. SALMASO out of his box. Roppolo right behind him. 2 more textbook pit stops for those guys.
1/10 of a second difference in pit stops between the two of them.
Nice.
So, with that said, they will have to take 1 more pit stop if these guys remain green.
Yeah, and that the last pit cycle there, Luis had to work his way back up to the front. I think he may. I thought he was going to be able to retain the lead there. I'm not sure.
No, he's sitting in 5th right now. Boger is sitting back in 1st.
Yeah, the iRacing showed him as the leader for a little bit there, and I was confused.
Yeah, no, it's all good. It will. It has to take a minute to catch up. For some reason, IRTVO manages to do it rather quickly, which is great because this is one of the better overlay programs that is available for free out there to broadcast iRacing with. I'd also like to thank the number 48, George Price, who is running here tonight. He managed to help me make this overlay work, and big shout out to him for some of the coding that's been done to make the ticker work the way that I want it to be. And next year we'll be working on a new overlay for the 2018 season.
There's so many guys in the league that have talent, skills, and stuff that they'll bring and help guys out, guys that are involved in the IT and stuff like that. They not only can you get help with racing your car, but these guys will help you out with fixing your computer. You know what I mean? Everybody's been really sort of fraternal in the league about helping each other out. Of course, on a racetrack, they'll beat and bang and turn you, but yeah, it's nice to know there's a little community here of people.
Well, you figure, you know, we have a lot of painters. We've got Louise, we've got Joey Stats, myself. We got Dee, which is Braden Ames' girlfriend there. You know, we got people that know how to fix computers, people that build computers, like Jeffrey Ford. You know, it's great to have all of those different skills together in this league from a whole array of people. I mean, you know, the amount of people that are in this league, I do believe we have 98 members right now, and just the majority of talent out there is crazy, on and off track.
Well, for sure. You know, I'm doing this broadcast right now with a computer that Luis SALMASO built that is just freaking fireball, man. It was so cool. And yeah, there's a wealth of talent and good guys willing to share it as well.
And Seth Attaway says, I help you, yo bro, you helped me out with a lot. I explain, yeah, no, you know, it's nice to have that diversity, and nice to have that knowledge to be able to help out all the different people in here. And right now Boger is still leading. He's led 14 laps. Right behind him is Bruce Ackerman, followed by Ralph Vandervorst. So these guys making their way up to the front. Louise and Trevor, though, 4th and 5th. They're looking to get back up front. Brad Bohr is sitting right behind him, followed by Matthew George, Rob Haynes, and Ken Morley. So right there, a lot of chase drivers in your top 10.
Oh, certainly the cream comes to the top usually. The guys didn't get in the chase because they were bad drivers. They're going to be up front.
No, the chase, you know, from who made it into the chase, it was a battle. It was an entirely real battle. Especially like Ken Morley, he made it in last minute because last year's Truck Series winner dropped out because of real life commitments. So Ken made it into the chase last minute.
And I believe that would be Ronnie Norman.
Yes.
And hats off to him for like vacating that spot so that somebody else could get in instead of just saying, you know, I'm just not going to be there. You know what I mean? I think it's pretty cool. Leader coming to the pit road. 17 coming to the pit road. Going to woe it down to the cone there. Jonathan Boger leaves a 5-second lead to come down pit road. Bruce Ackerman will inherit the lead.
And he'll lead his first lap here tonight. Seth was saying when he first saw me, he was watching my Minecraft stream, because I used to do Minecraft on the channel, and I got him into streaming, and he has over 85,000 views and 900 followers. So I inspired him to be here on YouTube, and that's awesome. That's awesome. I'm really happy to hear that, Seth. It's great to make that impression on people. You know, for being a low person on YouTube myself, you know, with Todd in here with me, you know, sitting at 422 subscribers, you know, we're just a very little dot on YouTube. But if we're able to make that happen and make that contribution to want somebody else to start streaming, then hell, you know, it's great. I really enjoy that, and that's why I came to YouTube. That's why I started streaming. That's why I started doing videos. I wanted to make an impact as much as I could for what I knew, playing games, and you know, now broadcasting races on the best NASCAR simulation out there on the market.
iRacing rules. That's that simple. I never seen it. I hate to even call it a game. You know, never had another video entertainment experience like iRacing. Nothing like it.
Now, I've played other quote-unquote simulators, and this just does not compare. I mean, it's completely different. And we got Cornerstone Broadcasting, which is Josh Sheets, saying Louise and Trevor are conserving fuel. Because they don't want to pit again. They pitted on lap 62. So if they play their cards right, they should be able to make it to the front, battle it out with each other, and maybe run out of fuel at the line.
Wouldn't that be cool?
And Ackerman's still leading right now.
Big lead for him right now. 6 seconds. 5.98. That's a long way, man.
That's going to allow him to pit and not drop too many positions. But Trevor Roppolo right now, right on the bumper of Louise. These guys, I think, working together, pushing each other, making it to the front because they know that Bruce is going to have to pit soon. figure Boger pit, he's now a lap down, but he's sitting in 4th, so he's just waiting for Bruce to pit to get his lap back and be in 3rd. The rest of these guys are a lap down right now. Let's go ahead and take a look at your results so far, as we are 25 to go. The only ones that are on the lead lap are Bruce Ackerman, Luis SALMASO, Trevor Roppolo, and Boger now.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
And we have a caution.
92 car just crashed.
Oh, man. Bruce Ackerman.
The leader of the race just crashed. I do believe.
Let's go ahead and take a look and see what happened there.
Unreal.
Oh, he wasn't the cause of it, though.
There he is. I see him down on the line, coming off of turn 2. No, that's 4. I'm sorry. Oh, he did. He got clobbered.
Yeah,
him and David Bordney got into it.
Brad Boer. Brad Boer is the 15 and the 33 of Daniel Reese. Daniel Reese hit that wall coming out of 4. Yeah, Josh is right. 15 did get into him. So I do believe 33 will get the EOL, and we are down to 10 to go. And let's see who was pitting, or who has pit.
That's 2 chase cars, Scotty. Boer and
Ackerman's on the chase.
Ackerman.
Nope, Ackerman's on the chase.
He's not? No, he's not. Sorry, he's a cup guy.
He is a cup guy. You are correct.
Sorry.
No such thing. But besides that, he's had his up and downs with YouTube. Most YouTubers don't tell you the struggle of YouTubing, editing, and problems that. Yeah, no, it's nice to see you here, Seth, and I do appreciate you coming in. It's a whole different audience with iRacing, I've noticed, and I've talked with Todd about it before, and anybody else I've had in the booth, to see the amount of people that actually come out and watch these races live, and then the crazy amount of people that go back and watch them after is outstanding. I mean, for a simulation video game, I mean, it's for league racing, this is great. And I mean, we have cockpit views, which are down in the description below as well, but just the amount of audience for this is nuts, and I love it, because myself, I love this type of racing. I love being able to sit here with Todd and whoever else comes in the booth, commentate this race, commentate the action, get excited over the battles, see who's going to make it out front. And right now, we're coming down to 10 to go, and this is it. I mean, this is all she wrote.
Yeah, 10 to go. It's go time.
And Roppolo is leading. Roppolo's already locked in. Louise is not. He is on points, but if he can get that win, that automatically pushes him up.
I guarantee you he wants that win. He's not trying to point his way into the next round. He wants to win.
Alright guys, we're going to go ahead and head to a quick commercial break. We'll be right back with 9 to go.
The Desk Dash from BeelineSim. a fully functional USB-powered gauge cluster for your sim rig that comes with a 10,000 RPM tachometer, oil temperature, water temperature, oil pressure, and fuel level gauges. At BeelineSim, we integrate professional-grade gauges from Marshall Instruments, control hardware and software from simprojects.com, and our own cross-connects and chassis fabrication to bring you a plug-and-play solution that is pre-tested, pre-assembled, and pre-configured. The desk dash has a programmable shift indicator, warning indicators, and your choice of orange or white backlighting with the flick of a switch. The desk dash, only from BeelineSim. If you're looking for realism, it doesn't get any better than this. This is the finish line. This is Beeline. Visit us on the web at BeelineSim.com.
Can you hear me, Scott?
We are back.
You got me?
I gotcha.
Okay.
I muted you for the commercial. That was it. And a lot of these guys got the wave around, so these guys piling back up here as the pace car will be going in. We have 9 laps to go here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Who will be your winner here tonight after everything is said and done?
Strange restart there, man.
Yeah, they were so spread out.
Wave around. Okay, I get it.
Yeah, there were so many on that wave around because the green flag cautions were going on.
And Luis SALMASO did not get the restart of his life there. Look at that. He's back to 3rd, 4th position. He's gonna come back with a vengeance, but he did not get a good jump there.
Oh, Olsen was in the grass on that.
Jonathan Boger going to make a bid for the lead. It's going to get real exciting down here in 3 and 4, Scotty, right now. Here we go. It's on. 4 cars for the lead. Luis SALMASO right behind Trevor Roppolo. They're going to draft their way past Jonathan Boger with Nick Olsen back in 4th place, just waiting for something to happen. Trevor's tough to beat once he gets the lead.
But these 4 guys up here, they're all fast. I mean,
yeah, what a race, huh?
I love it. This is why when Louise asked if I could pick this up and Anthony asked if I could pick this up, I was just like, you know what? Yes, because I know how the Beeline series is, know how this car handles. It's great racing, as you guys have seen here tonight. So I am very excited to pick this up for the rest of the season.
And I'm really glad you did, man.
Yeah, these guys deserve to be broadcasted. You know, we were talking, and some of these races this season didn't get broadcasted because the person that was broadcasting had other work commitments. So it's just one of those things that happen. You know, real life or video games. Video games don't pay for your home and your food unless you get the right job. But you know, it's just one of those things that happens.
It is Boger going to make a bid for second now.
He's
looking under the 4 car.
And both Boger and Roppolo are locked in already, so Louise really can use this win. I mean, he's going to get the extra point, of course, for leading a lap, but
No, he's going to want in. Will he make it in on points if he finishes where he is?
Yes, I do believe so.
Cool.
Yeah, because he's gonna get at least the top 5. So.
Right.
But if we could see all 3 chase guys in this top on the podium right now, that'd be great. Not that I wouldn't mind seeing Nick Olsen there, but you know, Nick's got nothing to lose.
Right.
And I think Roppolo's got this. He's taking off like a rocket. With 2 laps left to go, he's got a half a second lead.
Yeah, he has driven away from those the second, third, and fourth place cars, and he's putting the nails in the coffin, so to speak, for them for the win in this one.
And we are white flag here at Charlotte Motor Speedway.
Bam.
Just like that. And your winner, Trevor Roppolo.
Trevor Roppolo will be your winner. Followed by Luis Salmaso in second place, Jonathan Boger, the 17 car in third, Nick Olson in fourth, and Matthew George going to make up your top 5.
Followed by Stephen Massey, Ken Worley, Jim Westerfield, Caleb Sheets, and Ralph Vandervorst.
Rob Haynes come home in the 11th position. Thomas Lattimore also 1 lap down in 12th. Douglas Hess in 13th. Daniel Reese 14th. Jeremy Morrison 15th. David Bordney 4 laps down in 16th position. Brad Borer 17th. Bruce Ackerman, after leading the race, will come home 13 laps down in 18th. Ed Adams in 19th. Joey Stats in 20th. And Josh Sheets will bring up the rear of the field some 98 laps down in 21st position.
And several of these guys celebrating out here right now.
Yeah, what's up with that?
Well, Louise celebrating because he made it into the chase. Roppolo for a win, of course. So with that said, let's go ahead and bring down Boger, and make sure you guys stick around. We will be interviewing all the chase drivers here tonight, which we didn't do last night, Todd.
Yeah, I know.
That was kind of an oops on both of our parts.
Yeah, we got done and we were like, uh-oh.
Alright, so let's go ahead and bring down Boger. I'll let you interview Boger. Jonathan Boger, welcome to the broadcast booth. Congratulations on 3rd place there, sir.
Thank you.
Todd Gillie up here in the booth. Jonathan, great run for you, man. Give me your lowdown on the race tonight.
It was pretty clean racing all the way around. I was trying to pull some pit strategy there at the end. Unfortunately, the caution came out and kind of like ruined it for me.
Yeah, you'll have that, huh? Seems like we're the best laid plans of mice and men.
Yeah.
What were you going to try to do there? Did you take 2? Did you go late, early, what?
That last run, I was going to split it up, the last 40 laps, 20 and 20, and pretty much drive as hard as I could to catch them, because I knew they were going to be pretty close on fuel because they were planning on staying out.
Cool. Well, you did a great job, man. Put that car on the podium. Anybody you want to shout out to tonight?
Like thank my sponsors, Leaf Filter for coming on board this year, and then Anthony for letting me wheel the hot rod for him this year.
Awesome, man. Great job. Great job. Kudos to you, and we will see you next race.
Thank you.
Alright, let's go ahead and bring down Luis Salmaso. Luis Salmaso, the redneck Brazilian. What a hell of a battle you had out there and leading a lot of this race, but you still managed to bring home 2nd.
Yeah, it was a good race. Good race. Good finish there at the end, but whoever controls the restart here, Charlotte, with fixed setups, less than 10 to go normally. The only way the guy's going to lose the race is either if he makes a mistake or if you bump him out of the way. And we know that Trevor makes very few mistakes, and I was not going to be the guy that was going to bump him out of the way. Even though I had a shot going into 3 with 5 or 6 to go, I was not going to do that.
But you still managed to land yourself into the round of 8. I mean, that must make you feel pretty good.
Yeah, to be quite honest, I was not looking to see beyond Trevor and Jonathan. They had to win, so that's what I was looking at. So if they were in front of me, that's fine. But I was looking at whoever had green numbers that were coming behind. That was who I was racing against. I know that both Jonathan and Trevor they were locked in, so it didn't really matter where they finished. They finished ahead of me. That's fine as long as someone else didn't win. That's what I was looking for. So just playing the strategy, playing the track, and knowing who's where on the race. So it came out good. So when pretty sure me and Trevor were in the same strategy, we were not going to pit over the last pit cycle. So we were saving gas. We were running almost like nose to tail for 15 laps. Now I was clutching, pretty sure he was doing something to save gas as much as he could. So we were going to the end. It was going to be funny to see who was going to save more, who was saving tires as well as gas, and who would be getting to the end first. So, but caution came out. The moment he came out of the pits, I even said on the radio, like, God, no, because I knew it was gone. So, but it was a good race, and on to the next one, on to Kansas.
All right, well, big congratulations to you. And Todd, you got anything for him?
No, I just want to point out that that Luis's comments dovetailed nicely with what I said about him, which is he's a thinking racer, and he didn't throw his chase away to try and win that race. He knew those guys were locked in. He knew he didn't have to beat them. He kept his car where it had to be, and I give him a lot of credit for that, man, for not, he could have knocked Trevor out of the way. Who knows? Maybe he gets an EOL, maybe he doesn't. But I give you credit, man. Nice job, Luis. Congratulations, man.
Thanks, bud.
All right, go ahead and take it away with our race winner tonight, Trevor Roppolo.
Trevor,
What's up,
Todd
guys?
Gillie in the booth. How you doing, man?
Pretty good, Todd.
Awesome, man. You ran a great race tonight, man. That Ford Mustang just hauling the mail tonight. Tell me what it was like to beat those guys tonight.
Yeah, really, yeah, pumped, man. I mean, just this is excellent. I'm feeling it right now. I hope I can keep this momentum and go ahead and win this championship. I think I have a shot at it at this point. I just want to say thanks to Stephen Massey for letting me run in this car all season, and to echo what you said, Luis, I a lot of respect for him as far as anyone else out here. Or there's a short list. He's one of those guys. He's really smart. He's going to race you clean. He knows what he has to do. And we were, like he said, we were having a great race out there. Just kind of, we were both saving fuel and both just kind of, I was staying behind him. I didn't want to get ahead of him and start pushing it. I was trying to just take a little bit of his draft and hopefully save a little bit more fuel than him. And then once I knew I was good, I was going to go hard. So I was just about to turn it on there when the caution came out. So it's a shame it came out. I think it would have been really interesting to watch. And then after that, I beat him out of the pits. And then I just had to put together 10 qualifying laps, and I knew I'd probably have a good shot at it.
Well done, man. Well done. Scotty Braun, correct me if I'm wrong, but we had people on the live chat during the broadcast noticing that you and Luis, the way you were running, and they said, those guys are saving fuel, and we didn't even realize it until someone pointed it out, and I was like, yeah, I think they are. Great job, great stretch.
When we came out of the pits, I want to say I was within, a lap or two. So I had saved enough by the time the caution came out, I'd saved enough to run that pace and probably a little bit more and get to the end. But yeah, it was very possible that we both would have been coasting over the finish line, but it would have been funny.
Cool, man. Great job. You're an experienced racer, an experienced winner, and you already almost got your shout outs out of the way while you were going through your interview there. But is there anybody else you want to call out while you're on here with us and give you another congratulations on winning the race, man?
Yeah, thank you. Thanks to Bruce Ackerman, my teammate, all my teammates over at RBR and Aegis. And thank you to Anthony and all the admins for putting this on. Racing Electronics, FanVision. They got a new logo that I'm wanting to put on my car, but they haven't sent it to me yet. So hopefully next week I can have a new look out there. So we'll see. But yeah, thanks a lot.
Awesome job, dude. Anything for him, Scotty Brown? That race winner?
Just a big congratulations on yet another win in the BeelineSim series. I know that you've been winning quite a bit this year, so definitely big kudos to you.
Yeah, thank you. And just kind of what I see happen, just from like tonight, for example, I can put down a good lap and I can start on the pole. But I noticed after 2 laps, I got passed by like 5 cars. So what's happening is those guys are running way too hard, and I just want every time they pass me, I just want to say, see you in 10 laps, because within 10 laps, I'm back on them. So they're just all running too hard, and that's kind of a product of night racing at Charlotte. You feel like you have to do that, but just advice to them is fight that urge to run that hard and just save just a little bit of tire, and you might have something for me.
Awesome. So, what are your thoughts going into Kansas? While we have all you 3 chase drivers in here right now, we're gonna get the other ones in here very shortly. Give us your thoughts going into Kansas next week.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of a pain in the ass, like as far as like running the top, and it can go either way. I've had some really good runs there, and some that just the guy in front of you is pushing too hard into the corner, he hits the wall, kind of like Darlington. There's a stack up behind, so it's kind of a wild card. I don't think we've been to a place like that yet this season, so who knows what's going to happen. But I would expect that like the fast guys that were here tonight, like Boger and SALMASO, Lattimore. I think those will probably be the guys that are up front next week too. Also, like Bruce Ackerman, if he races, I know he's only part time, but kind of those same kind of those guys up front, I would think.
All right, Louise, your take on the chase?
I think it's coming down to one of those things that you cannot make a mistake. We have some good tracks coming up. Kansas is one that you have the problem of running a line that is very close to the wall, and after a couple of laps, depending on the weather, so if it is an overcast situation, you can run the bottom the first 5-10 laps, and then you're kind of forced to move up. And if you have someone in front of you that is not as fast as you just simply cannot pass. So it's going to be one hell of a wait and see race. You need to know who you're racing with, who's around you, and who you can trust. It's almost like Trevor said, running at Darlington. You need to know who's around you, so you're sure you can be in a comfortable position. After that it's every man for itself. We have Texas coming. Phoenix is always a blast. So not really sure which. There's another one that I'm missing in between. So no. That's it. It's Kansas, Texas, and Phoenix. So 3 completely different tracks. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. We're going to see who makes the fewer mistakes is going to be alive for Homestead. And whenever we come to Homestead, is one hell of a track. You can run everywhere. You can run the bottom, you can run up top. And it always comes down to the right strategy the moment a caution comes out, because it's always on that. So we'll see. We'll see who's alive, who's there, who's not going to miss any races. We saw LAHMAN, SOUCY, they missed some races because of real life, and they were fast guys. They would be fighting to the end. So we'll see. We'll see what comes out. But it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun for sure.
All right, awesome. Glad to hear that. Jonathan Boger, your take going into the round of 8?
It's pretty much what Louis and Trevor said. Like, you can't afford to make a mistake, because if you do, and like a lot of these people in the round of 8 are fast guys, so if you do make a mistake, it's pretty much you're gonna have to like put everything on the line and probably try to win to move on to Homestead.
All right. Do you want to get the last 2? I do believe we've got Matthew George and Ralph VANDERVORSTE in here.
I will. In fact, I went and rounded these dudes up from down in the garage area. I'll start with Matthew. Matt George, what's your strategy going into the round of 8 here? Do you go all out? Do you try and get that win early when you don't have to worry about pointing yourself in, or do you like I said, do you just try and play conservative and keep yourself in without wrecking? You know what I mean? What are you going to do?
The main thing is just stay out of everybody's wrecks and try and stay conservative. First half of the season, I've had really bad luck, and past like 5 or 6 weeks, I've finally been getting top fives, top tens, and finally staying consistent. And that's how I've actually made the chase, is consistency. So I guess you can call me Ryan Newman or something like that. But yeah, I made it last year on consistency and almost made the round of 4 if it wasn't for a wreck on the first lap of Texas. So it's just staying out of wrecks, like everybody else said, and trying to have a good, clean race.
Awesome. Awesome. We're looking forward to the rest of these chase races for you guys, man. It's going to be very exciting. Like we said, by the time we get to Homestead, I think there's going to be a couple cars in contention because all the guys that made it into the 8 are all good drivers. They all know how to think and race at the same time, and that's what I think going to play into this is going to be a very exciting championship, maybe the most cerebral out of the 3. Ralph Vandervorst, number 66. How about giving the broadcasting team your take on what's coming up for you and going into this round of 8?
I'm going to have to stay a lot sharper than what I was at the end of the race there. I got caught a lap down with the way that caution flew, and I pit with the leaders, which caused me to get to the tail end of the lead lap. I didn't get my wave around. Cost me about 6 positions, and I just can't let that happen. I could barely keep up with these guys. I had to race every race to get into the chase, and to give away 6 spots like that, boy, that really hurts.
Yeah, I think it's that's a theme that we're hearing, is just don't make a mistake, right? Don't throw it away, right?
Right. I'm hoping these guys race themselves so hard they wear their tires off, and then I can sneak up on them at the end.
Excellent. Like I said, I'm looking forward to this chase for you guys, man, and looking forward to calling as many of them as I think I can make them all. And I wish all you guys the best of luck, man, and getting through this, man.
Thanks. It's been a lot of fun the whole season.
It is, ain't it?
A blast.
Well, all right. Well, with that said, I want to thank you guys all for coming down here. We're only missing Rob Haynes and Caleb Sheets for interviews. It's quite all right, though. I realize how late it is here. And I want to thank all you guys at home for watching, those that interacted in the chat. And make sure you guys go back and watch this. It was a great race, quite honestly, very great race. And we are now in the round of 8 for the BeelineSim series. Thank you all, and have a great night.